you guys. This is Lady Maya. Okay, so we're doing a little something different. Yes, we are extremely early, y'all. I'm so sorry. Um, so I know that everybody is probably reading 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock, but it's okay. We have Ambila Nath from the UK. And we are just letting you guys know what's going on with us and different things like that. We're giving a talk here so you guys can understand how important Miss Ambila is to a lot of the people that's over in the UK and what she's actually trying to do and the message that she has while she does it. So, my Mayan tribe, please welcome Miss Ambila. Hello, beloved.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Great to be here.
Oh my goodness, this is such a wonderful event because we've been saying we're going to do live, we're going to do live, we're going to do live, and just the scheduling and the hours difference. It's nuts, guys. It's nuts. But we are here live and in living color. Yes.
Exactly. And we did it.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so tell us who you are, and then I guess I'll go into who I am after.
I love that part. So, hi, everyone. My name's Ambila Nath. I am a spiritual lifestyle coach. So, translated, that means that I use tarot and energy healing within my business, but I'm also a serial entrepreneur and I love making money with things that I'm passionate about.
How cool is that? Definitely, we all like to make money. Okay, I don't know nobody that just doesn't want to have some extra. Okay,
Exactly.
so who I am Lady Maya, of course. I do have a podcast. It's called Living Your Best Life with Lady Maya. I also have a radio show, and that's called Your Free Will. And then too, I have the TV show, which is Lady Maya. Think, plan, do. Yes, you got it, you got it. So what I do is I like to have fun talking to entrepreneurs about their passions and their loves and why and what made them get to that and to that mindset to do so because it's important. A lot of us we're struggling, we're not necessarily having the best of all times right now. And a lot of people are still looking for jobs, you guys, and you never know what you're capable of doing unless you do it. So I'm talking to Ambila now, so she can give us a little lowdown on a hold down what she's finding on her neck of the woods.
Sorry, I didn't hear that part. What did
Oh,
you
so tell us what your findings are, with the profession that you have.
Oh, God, where do I start? So one thing is because I do follow my passions and I am creating a business where I'm following things that I love doing. So it's about creating avenues of income rather than sticking to one way, which is what I was brought up in. You can only do one thing. I have now kind of started expanding and going, you know what? Why can't I do other things as well? If it's bringing me income, then why
Yeah.
not? So even though I do the spiritual coaching elements, I also do tarot readings and energy healing as a separate entity.
Mm-hmm.
Then I also have an online shop. So there's lots of different areas of bringing in income. And again, every little thing I'm passionate about, I enjoy, and it gives me a lot of variety. And my clients love it. So
Oh, that's
I,
cool.
I would definitely encourage listeners, don't put yourself into a box. If there's lots of things that you have skills in and you're passionate about, and you can make money doing it, and people are giving you money to do it, don't close those avenues.
Yeah, don't close the door. No, don't do that. Let the flow come in, come in. So
Uh,
definitely, I understand that completely. What are you finding when you're talking to the people that you do talk to in regards to the with the tarot cards and different things like that? What are the questions that they actually ask you? say answer for them.
Well, it varies. I mean, I suppose the generic, anybody who goes to a reader or a psychic or something, there's two definites that people are coming for. They want
Mhm.
to know about love and they want to know about their business and career and where their life is headed.
Right.
And then others will come, with regards to money worries or generic. But the two main ones will be, oh, when will I find that person? And then the next one will be, um, when will my career, business, or whatever take off? But the
Right.
underlining of each one of them
Mm.
is that relationship with yourself and knowing yourself and being clear with regards to what it is that you want. So
Mhm.
when people are being coached by me, then that's the route that we're getting to. Now, if people come just for a generic tarot reading, then because I have that coaching skill and I do my best not to, but that coaching element comes into it, I
Right.
will end up giving hints and tips of, how they can make whatever challenge they're going through, ease it for them.
Mhm.
So, yeah, so it ends up kind of being confidence related and clarity related. That's
Right.
the underlying thing. They just want to know what's going to happen. And the
True.
year that we've all been through globally, and having, hopefully, we're now getting to a point where we'll start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel this year. Um, yeah, a lot of people have just been asking what the hell's going to happen with me?
Right.
What's going to happen with me? The simple question.
Hmm.
Where
It
will my
really is a simple one. Like it comes down to, we kind of always want to know what's going on. Cause
yeah,
like if it's really dark, you
yeah,
really don't want to just kind of just fall over a cliff and you just can't see it. That would be disastrous, of course. So of course, that's just human nature, which is good, at the same time, it can be a little more stressful than it needs to be because everybody's like, but I need to know what's the numbers for tomorrow. This is what I need to know.
yeah.
And you're not giving me what I need right now, Miss Ambila. I need that.
Exactly. So let me just clarify. I cannot give any lottery numbers because if I could, I would be first in line. So nobody comes to me with regards to, can you give me the lottery numbers? Because I'm going to win the lottery because I would have beat you to it. Um, but yeah, it's all about, and don't get me wrong, I can't read for myself. So I have my own tarot readers and stuff. I'm in line with everybody else. I'm just a normal human. And I'm, just because I have that ability and I can do it for other people,
Mhm.
no means and I'm saying that, I'm not one of those people because I certainly am.
Mhm.
So, but I think it's definitely human nature. We do want to kind of control and it's needing that certainty that we're going to be all right because
Right.
ultimately that's what we're seeking. We just
Mhm.
want to know that we're going to be all right. That, whatever challenge we might be facing, we're going to see the other end of it. If we're struggling with something, we're going to see the other end of it. That we're going to find love and not be alone. We're going to succeed in our career and not constantly be struggling for money. And, so everything is always about we're going to be okay. And, that's what it's about.
Yeah. Well, that's all we really want. We want to be okay. We just
Yeah.
want to make sure we're not going, to the path that doesn't need to be taken, to get that far away from where we're supposed to be. So I do understand that at the same time. So if you guys have any questions, Miss Ambila would love to answer those things. You can go ahead and chat me. Which you on your platform, where if you are on YouTube or anything like that, I am so happy for you guys to ask her any questions. If you have any questions for me, like, I mean, if you want that, or if you just want to join us, because we can have that conversation as well.
Exactly. Yeah, no,
Join
please
us.
don't
Come
mind.
on, come
Yeah.
on, come on. So I
We love adding
definitely,
more people to the party.
I know this could be a whole party, come on in. The water's fine, that's what they say. Okay, so I got a question for you, Miss
Okay.
Emily. When you first started doing tarot readings,
Yeah.
what made you even do that? Like, was it something that you were accustomed to kind of doing because of the people around you, or you know, somebody just gave you a deck of cards and said, "Here, just read me."
No, oh God. Right, where did I start? Well, I've always been intrigued regarding knowing more about myself on that spiritual side. And I don't mean about me, but more about my life. So
Right.
I've been, I think, going to psychics since I was probably 19, 18. I think 19-ish was my first memory, earliest
Mm.
memory that I can think of. So I've kind of, gone to palmists and tarot readers and, and but my own, and I never, ever, ever had you said to me age 19 that you're going to be a tarot reader in the future or an energy healer in the future, I probably would have laughed at you guys. Um, so in terms of how this journey started, I ended up moving to the town where I am today,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know many people because completely new, didn't have any friends here, literally, plotted myself in somewhere new. And I thought, okay. And of course, then I went to tarot readers because I was the one checking up on where's my life, am I going to be fine, kind of thing. And one particular tarot reader I really had a good rapport with.
Mm-hmm.
And she said to me, "Oh, I'm going to be doing evening psychic classes, development classes. Do you want to join?" And I
Mm-hmm.
thought, well, this is a good idea of meeting new people. And then, why not? I have an interest in it. It's something to do. And I literally just went with that attitude. Something
Mm-hmm.
to do. I get to meet people. Why not?
Right.
And she was amazing. So she helped me to open up my intuition. I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
was already there, the intrigue was there, but she taught me skills in
Right.
learning, tuning into that energy, learning different ways to use that psychic ability. So people know of mediums, people know of people who read runes, people who do the Ouija board, which I'm definitely a no-no on, but personal preference. And lots of other things, dowsing and pendulum and you name it. But she
Mm-hmm.
specialized in tarots, and that became something that I became drawn to. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then I took more workshop classes and stuff and started learning the tarot and how to read and understand, but on the academic level. And
Mm-hmm.
then I had a set of tarots at home, which I had brought from a shop, with a book that told you what each card meant. So I used to sort of sit there going, okay, I've got one of pentacles. What does that mean? Or ace of pentacles, rather. And that's how my ability was then. So once I started doing more and more workshops and classes, I remember coming home one day, picking up my tarot cards and going, okay, let's do this. And then I started really studying, and I don't mean studying in the sense of spending hours, but just kind of looking at the cards and going, oh, so who are you and what do you do? And, getting to
Yeah.
know a little bit more about the picture. And then before I knew it, I was reading them as if they were a part of me. So
Mm-hmm.
um, when I read for people, I read your energy. I don't read the cards. The cards give me prompts. So I'm not
Right.
a literal reader. I'm an
Mm-hmm.
intuitive reader because I'm reading your energy. So
Right.
therefore, I can actually do a reading on a person like Lady Maya. I can read her now if I tuned into it, rather than needing my tarot cards to do it. So
Mm-hmm.
the tarot cards for me are a tool that I use because occasionally I look at something and I'll get that message going, you need to tell them this or ask this question or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
most of the time, I'm actually just having a conversation. It's more like, I suppose, in a way, channeling, where I'm just receiving information regarding who I'm reading for. So, yeah, so that's how I work.
Oh, can we do one? Yay!
You
How
want to,
exciting!
you want to know about yourself? Some.
I want to know about my husband. Is that all possible? Because he's gonna lose his, you know what? If I don't ask, like that's him. I don't know if you can do that. Can you do that for him through me,
Do you have a
or
specific question you want to know about, or you just want to know something.
Okay, yes, I do. Um, the the specific question is, will we have to wait long for his project? He has a project coming out, hopefully soon, sooner
Okay.
than later.
I'm being given maximum a few months. It's feeling more kind of like June-ish, July. So
Hmm.
summer time, but no, not that long. And
Right,
it's going to be quick
right,
in terms of once it kind of runs and gets going, it's
hmm,
going to be quick
right, right,
because I'm
right.
feeling the 0 to 10 as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4, So yeah,
So
so
like
it's
roughly soon. Right.
exactly, it's going to be like, well, okay, we're in it, right? Let's,
Yeah.
you know, and it's happening and it's like running and it's going and yeah. So it's a positive. I'm not seeing immense amount of challenges or struggle, certainly to start with. But as things go on and you change and tweak and develop and stuff like that, then you just have the normal stuff that we
Right.
all have.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's a good one. It's
Got it on camera. There you go, babe. All you. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. I appreciate that because I was just like, I kept feeling it and sensing it myself, but he would not listen to me. So now I have authorization. I'd be like, look, it wasn't just me. You see, like, see, she did it. She said the same thing because, like, I'll have feelings, and I'll just kind of like it'll come to me, and it'll say, no, just wait, it's about to come. And I've been having this good feeling for like the last 5 months, and I'm like, my hands are just like I can't be still, and blah, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah, blah, and I'm talking, and I'm, hey, don't worry about it, because it's telling me, this, that. And he's like, no, I don't. He said, it's not that I don't believe you. And I'm like, no, let's not do this. Like,
but
but
it's
it,
that thing, isn't it? They say that if you're a builder, then your house is the last one to get built, because and it's the same thing. So being a psychic or
yeah,
having that ability and then having a partner, they're not going to be kind of 100% trusting you because they're kind of like know you so well. And I think it's really, it's great that you're reading your partner because with me, I have problems.
do you?
Yeah.
It's so interesting when I do because it'll come into like the left ear kind of situation. I can barely like hear out of that ear, which is weird. So I'm like, why does it come through that one? That doesn't make any sense to me. But
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. But I'm going to say it and I'm going to speak it. And even someone else was telling me, you can't say everything you hear. And I said, you don't know the conversations me and my husband have. We have some real low down, some questions, and we talk. We just communicate in a way that is just like I think it's important because it's like the foundation of who we
Oh,
are.
good. Yeah, yeah. Communication 100%. So
Yes.
we don't lack communication, but sometimes I'm not psychically able to read him in the sense that if he said to me, okay, like you asked regarding your husband, is my
Mm-hmm.
project going to be okay? I
Right.
think I second guess myself because I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to, one, disappoint him.
Mm-hmm.
Not because I'm going to say anything bad, but I'm kind of thinking, but what happens if what I'm picking up isn't right and I'm telling him wrong information or things like that? So I think that's the reason why I get in my own way. It's not anything to do with him, it's me. I get in my own way when it comes to somebody I'm very close to.
No, I understand. I understand that. I guess for so long I was told to not talk. When people tell me not to talk, I talk. I just can't help myself. That's just what I do. And
Yeah.
so when I do that, I have the mindset of this. Not that I'm telling you, John, you get me? I'm
Mhm.
just speaking it out in the atmosphere because
Yeah.
this is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
And whether you choose to take it, that's all. And different things like that. Now, I constantly am talking. I am constantly speaking over her household. I'm constantly speaking over the kids. And I'm like, okay, so this I need to say this out loud because I don't want nobody to say I'm a liar, you know? So let me say it. And when it happens, I'll be like, see, I told you. I told you. And then it's like you build your case. So
Mm.
now when something really comes to you and you know you need to say something,
Yeah.
it's
But
right there, you know?
yeah, but I get it so naturally. Like if like I'm sitting here, if I,
Hmm.
while we're talking and stuff, if
Right.
I end up getting information
Hmm.
related to you or needing to say something to you,
Right.
then it'd be like, yeah, but you need to be doing this,
Right.
not, doing that. So all of a sudden I'll be kind of not so much saying it as in, I've just had this insight and you need to do it. It
Right.
will come through as if I'm giving you coaching guidance. Yeah. But it's not generic coaching because it's kind of like, well, you really need to be doing this.
Yeah. I think that is, but see that I think that was the excitement for me because like I just started talking and I wasn't really paying it any attention until everything. It was just like, oh my God, you're so right. I was just thinking about that and I was just doing this and this just came up again and blah blah blah. I know this is confirmation and you like, okay. All right.
But that's what this ability is. I mean,
Yeah.
as I said, age 19, if somebody had said to me, this is what you would be, X number of years later, I would have laughed at them. Now, my friends who aren't in tune with their intuition,
Mm,
they think, oh, they don't find it weird, but it's an ability they wouldn't think that they would have within themselves. Yet, you and I both know everybody has it.
mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm.
whether you choose to trust in yourself,
Right. And
that.
tune in. Yeah.
Exactly, because that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
when I started to trust myself and the information coming through. I
Right.
do question it when it comes through for my clients. I question it when it comes through for me because
Mm,
it's my life then.
right.
And I think people who are not believing or trusting themselves when they get that gut feeling or they kind of get that nudge kind of happening to them and they're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, but I'm not quite sure, that's a sign that you also have it. How
Yeah.
many of you have turned around and said, oh yeah, I got that gut feeling, or oh yeah, it was that butterflies in my stomach kind of feeling, or whatever. And I'm not talking about the love part, but I'm just talking in terms of when you're needing to do something and it just feels right. That
Mm-hmm.
kind of feeling,
Right.
we all have it.
That's true. That's very true. Like I think it's different, for a lot of people because a lot of people didn't grow up with access to that,
Yeah.
or they just think, oh my goodness, I think I'm going crazy. Let me go to the crazy house because I'm hearing stuff, or I'm experiencing things that I would never do. I just spoke to a young lady and she was saying how I'm confused. I don't know whether I'm up or down. I don't know how to feel. And then, I spoke to her and I was just like, well, you're an empath. Whoever is next to you or
Mm.
near you got you going back and forth. Y'all both are trying to figure out where, whether to be happy or sad about a situation that y'all, I'm pretty sure neither one of y'all have control over. So you just gotta look. Let's talk about this thing so we can both be on one accord. So I can feel one emotion instead of like a
Yeah,
a plethora of emotion. That's
e-
very confusing. I can't stand that. That just drives me
exactly.
crazy.
And one thing that you actually touched on is that it's important for viewers to, excuse me, listeners and viewers to know that each individual receives that gift in a different way. So I'm an empath as well. So I read energy. So my information doesn't necessarily come with me actually hearing stuff. It's just more of I suppose, a message being transported into me. So it's kind of like me downloading emails and then going, okay,
I call it the download. That's too
email,
funny.
next email, next email. And that's how I'm receiving my information. So it's not actually me hearing the words. It's me kind of going, oh, okay, so this is what I need to. And I say it to so many people. I said, I'm just the mouthpiece. I said, I
Yeah.
become radio. And, 9.5% of the time, I am not going to remember what I've said to you after I've said it. So if you
Right.
come back to me the next day and say, oh, yeah, what you said to me yesterday regarding that reading, and you said X, Y, and Z would be happening, and it's happened. And I'm like, what did I say? Because I swear to God, it's happened so many times. My clients have come back and said, you said this. And I said, what did I say?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't, I don't remember.
No,
So,
especially when you come in contact with so many people, you're like, do you understand how many conversations that I have to actually relate to or at least remember? So yes, it might be a stretch for them to remember, for you to remember
but
from yourself.
I also think it's kind of like maybe a guided protection for us as well, because as you said, it's huge
Yeah,
to retain that much information. I mean, when I get repeat clients,
yeah,
then if I'm reading for them again, then some information will come back, and I'm like, oh yeah, I said this to you last time. It
yeah.
because it's relevant and it's expanding on it or the next part of it. But otherwise, no, I don't remember things I've said to people. So yeah, so
You
that
sound like me.
yeah.
I'm always like that. I'm like, don't ask me what I did like 5 minutes ago, because that's just not gonna work for me. But definitely, I think this is a conversation I didn't think we was gonna go into, but I kind of figured, to some degree that we would get into the spiritual, because the spiritual just kept coming back to me, and I wanted to put that on as the title, but at the same time, I was just like, don't know. I don't know, but I want to say that it will be more spiritual than life, and that's
Well,
what I kind of figured. Yeah.
yeah, you're kind of gonna go the way it naturally flows, unless you put a structure to it.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's going to go one way or the other. But if you're going to leave it loose, then
Right.
you and I, we're naturally spiritual. So
Yes.
spiritual doesn't mean that we can't talk about life, because we can, because
Right.
the practicalities and stuff come in. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
some people are going to embrace what we've talked about today, and others are not. And
Mm-hmm.
that's okay, because nothing in this world says
Mm-hmm.
that you have to be spiritual in the way that we are, or you have to, have that kind of faith. Everybody has some form of faith,
Right.
we hope. And, something that it doesn't have to be a being, it doesn't have to be a god, it doesn't have to be, whatever, but it's just that knowing within you that there is something a lot more greater than yourself, because we are all energy. So yeah, so everybody's going to kind of have their own way of dealing with this and seeing this and living life, and that's okay. But there's lots of practical things in life that you and I have to do in this lifetime in order to pay our bills and do our chores and do everything else and face this challenges that everybody else has, broken cars and our pipes bursting and whatever else life throws at you.
How about that? There's so many. Life give you too many options sometimes, and you be like, okay, I'm scared that I'm gonna make the wrong one, but at the same time, you go crazy because you have so many options. You're like, oh, where do I go?
Yeah. Now, it
Yeah.
depends what you're talking about options. Because if you're talking about options in the materialistic sense, then yeah. What am I going to watch on Netflix? Am I going to go out, or should I stay in? Should I eat this or should I eat that? And yeah, those kind of options. But when it comes to life challenges, I don't think anybody has options. I think it's just a straight road. You just have to get through.
Really?
So,
Hmm.
and it's what you learn during that.
Right.
That's what will either push you forward in a positive or
Mhm.
keep you stuck where you are. Because if you're resisting it and not wanting to face it or deal with it and whatever, then you kind of put yourself in a little cocoon, and that
Mhm.
part of you stays in that moment in time because you've boxed it in, you've not dealt with that pain. But if you're actually not resisting it and going, no, I'm going to work through this challenge and I'm going to get through it, you're a lot more stronger, wiser, and better for it. So
Mhm.
yeah, life challenges, I don't think anybody has a choice over.
Well, I mean, okay. Let me explain what
Yeah.
I what my perception of choices are. A lot of people can either choose to be happy or choose not to be happy. choice.
100%. Yeah.
To You can choose to either be a worker or a boss. Choice.
Yeah.
You can either be broke or rich. It's kind of like if you work hard enough and you find something that you're super good at, you
But
can make more money that way than you can
one,
doing something somebody else wants you to.
yes, 100%. But the challenges I'm talking about are the unexpected things that happen in life. Like,
Oh,
yeah, those were the kinds of challenges I was talking about. But yes,
right.
life is 100% a choice. It's
Mm-hmm.
always a choice. But
Yeah.
what I'm also saying is that not everybody, and this conversation I've had with my friends for so long, not everybody sees the world in the same way.
Yeah.
Some
That's very true.
people are just born leaders and visionary people. And we're
Mm-hmm.
the ones who are kind of, creating the visions, pushing things forward.
Um,
And others just want to be, and this is not a negative, a follower. And a follower just basically means they're happy with and content with being a worker. They don't want to be leading. They don't want to have that stress of sitting on the board of directors and, building something. They just want to have the job that pays the bills so that they can, spend time with their children, do whatever else they want to do, go on their holidays, whatever.
mhm.
And that's okay. And so many times I get my friends going, why do they not see the world in the way that we do? If this happened to me in the sense of choosing, a better paid job to just keeping the job that I've got, why on earth wouldn't they choose a better paid job? And I'm thinking,
Not
because they
everybody
want
thinks like us.
to, yeah, and that's okay because they want that their reality is very different to our reality.
Mm.
So, and they're like, oh, okay. And I said, just because you're that doesn't mean the rest of the world thinks the same way as you do. And for
True.
some people, I think they make that assumption that because
Mm-hmm.
they do, everybody else in the world does.
Yeah,
And
too. Yeah.
we don't work that way.
Mhm. But you have bosses and you got workers. You got
Yeah,
workers. You need workers. I don't
yeah,
care what anybody says. You need workers. So those people are meant to be workers. You know,
exactly.
that's all they want to do is work.
Yeah,
Hey, that's fine.
exactly. And, people like you and I, we're not going to be able to build our empires, businesses, whatever, if we don't have those key people helping us, because otherwise we're going to be the ones caught up working in our business rather than, actually expanding and creating that vision and pushing things forward and, leading. So I am 100% for workers. I love workers because they are giving me the ability to be able to create what I want to be able to give out to to be able to give out to the world. That was a bit of a tongue twister. Sorry about that.
Hey, I got plenty of them. Don't even worry about it. Okay.
It's like, woo.
Well, what would you say your last words? Because we're gonna get going because we've been on here for about 30 minutes now.
Wow,
So, what
time
would you
goes.
like to have your last words of wisdom be to the people, dear heart?
Last words of wisdom. Just be content and just be you. Don't allow others to dictate who you need to be and how you should be.
Mhm.
Just trust in yourself and surround yourself every single day by positive people.
Mhm.
Really begin to resonate more for positive people and the people who are lifting you up rather than the people who are bringing you down.
No, no, I hear that. Yes, come on now. We can actually do something for ourselves. Really think about it because sometimes we don't want to be miserable, but I don't think anybody chooses that one at all. So we always want to have what's good for not only us but the people that we actually care about as well. So I think this was a awesome talk. Yes. All right. Okay. So if anyone would like to be on the show at all, you can always hit me up on my email, which is admin, ADMIN, at ladymaya.com, or you can just go to my website, LadyMaya.com. You'll see me acting up, y'all. You know how I do. I'm a talker. I'm a talker, but I love to have fun and I love to get a better understanding of what they do, how they do it, and why. So, I mean, I think that's a really, really awesome thing that if you want to participate in, come on down. You're the next contestant on Maya Show. But we will see you guys later. Love you to pieces for just tuning in with us. Appreciate you. Bye bye.